Hey guys, okay, it's me, Bridget, obviously. Where do I even start? Oh my god. First things first, I guess. Sorry I look like this. I usually wouldn't look like this for sitting to do a talking video, but I really didn't want to distract my mind in any way by putting on makeup or by thinking about anything else other than what the fuck just happened to me, and I really wanted to talk about what the fuck just happened to me. So to give you guys some backstory, I'm just gonna jump into this story because honestly, in this video, I don't care about it being scripted or anything like that, or saying what I'm as a YouTuber I'm supposed to say, whatever the fuck. I just really need to get this off my mind. I really need to put this out there, and honestly, I'm really hoping that someone sees this video who knows what the fuck I'm talking about and can give me some fucking answers, because this was the scariest experience I've ever had in my life. To give you guys some backstory, I have a best friend that I've had since I was 8 years old. He's staying with me right now because he just moved to California again, and when he first moved in, he was telling me that he has been practicing lucid dreaming. He wants to be able to lucid dream. And when he was telling me about it, I was like, that's interesting, because I've had moments in dreams in the past where I definitely felt like I was controlling the dream. I definitely felt like I had a part in the dream, and maybe to some extent I was lucid dreaming. So I thought it was interesting. That's what he was trying to learn. But now, after what the fuck just happened to me, I was telling him about it a few minutes ago, and I don't think anyone should try lucid dream. That was the scariest fucking experience I've ever had, ever. Okay, so what happened? I went to sleep last night. I had taken a shower. I was super relaxed, super calm. I felt really good. I also have a what do you call these things? I also have a memory foam mattress. Sorry about that. I have a memory foam mattress, and that's meaningful later on in the story or whatever. But it's a really comfortable mattress, and I never wake up sore or anything like that. I never wake up in pain at all. I went to sleep last night, super comfortable, had a full night's sleep. My husband went to work this morning. Then around 8:20ish this morning, my mom called me because a family member of mine passed away, and she was letting me know. And then I ended up calling another family member of mine who was a lot closer to the one who passed, and just to check on her, that kind of stuff, whatever. I was up for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. No, an hour, because around 9:30, I had finished talking on the phone. I looked I read for a little while, yeah, and I was I'm still tired. I want to film a video today, but I'm gonna go to sleep because if I try and film a video too tired, then it's always boring, whatever. So I was I'm just gonna go to sleep for a couple hours, and then I'll wake up and get my day started, whatever. This was at 9:30, right? So I went to sleep, and I was having this dream that I was in this ghetto kind of, and it looks kind of you know how you see pictures of third world countries or whatever, where the houses are really small, and they're stacked up on top of each other, and there's no real room for streets or anything. It's kind of just all alleys. That's what I looked like I was in, and I was with my older brother. I have an older brother who is gay, and basically in the dream there was a bunch of kids picking on him for being gay, and they were gonna beat him up, and I was hell no. And mind you, I always dream kind of in third person. I can see myself in the dream dealing with other people, so this is all in third person, and I'm no, you're not gonna be with my brother. So I go over to them, and I'm get tough, and I start fighting with them, and then I am watching myself get my ass kicked basically in the dream, and these people they're beating me the fuck up, honestly, in the dream. So I was what the fuck? I guess this is okay, this is where it gets really fucking weird, because I was watching myself get beat up, right? And I don't know, like something like clicked in my head, and I went from third person watching myself to being in myself, and I started fighting back, and I was fighting back like super hard. And then like I guess at like almost the same moment when I was fighting back, and when it was like I was in my own body again and it was first person, everyone in the dream, the people who were fighting me, my brother, there was, because I told you guys it was like a ghetto, right? And so there was like a bunch of other people outside. There was like old people, young people, toddlers, freaking like people playing like chess, whatever. Everyone in the dream turned and they were like deadpan, like no facial expression, and they all started like running at me, and they all like got up, and they were like, they weren't running, they were like slowly like walking at me, and they all started fighting me, and they were all trying to kill me. And so then like I'm fighting off all these people, and like they were like slicing me with like knives and stuff, and like I was imagining okay, so when they would slice me, I'm sorry, I'm like talking too fast now because I'm getting too excited, but they would slice me and it would like heal up immediately, like I could see it on my arm, but it would be like a bruise, like it would hurt really bad even though it was gone. And then I would like basically, like, because I was fighting these people off, I was like, I need like a weapon, right? And so I would imagine like I was gonna have like a rod on the ground, and I would look down and there'd be a rod in the ground, and I would pick it up and like start whooping ass. And then there was like so many people, and so then I was like fighting them, and then I imagined that there would be like these like decks off of the little apartment houses things or whatever, and so I started imagining those, and then they came, and they were like these like stairs, and I was like they were in the shape of stairs, right? They were like slanted down, and so like I was like running up them, and then I was on a rooftop, and I hopped over a rooftop and ended up in like a forest like field kind of area, and then I was like seeing rods, and like more people were coming at me everywhere, like from every direction people were trying to fight me. And then I was like, I gotta get away. So then I was like, there's gonna be a train, and so I said at a specific moment there was gonna be a train come by, and I could like run up to the train and hop on it. And like I'm saying right now that like I thought of these things, but I'm saying like I thought of these things like 2 seconds before they happened. Like it was like, there's gonna be a train, like literally, like I was fighting these people, and then I like ran like above them, around them, and then a train showed up, and I hopped on the train, and I was going through, and then I was like riding on the train through this forest, and like then all these like people just came out of like the cracks in between the train, like, you know, where the cars meet or whatever. They just started like popping up out of those areas, and I was like, fuck, like these people are gonna fight me too. And literally no one, that was the thing that I like realized when I was telling my friend about this, because he said this, he was like, when the one time that he's like successfully lucid dreamed, no one had a facial expression, like everybody just turned to him deadpan, no emotion, and started like staring at him and like coming at him. And that was what was happening for me. No one had a facial expression, no one was moving fast, but everyone wanted to kill me. Like it was just like deadpan. Like I'm telling you, it was the scariest thing like ever, and I really felt like I was in this. Like I really felt like I was being chased. I really felt like I was trying to get away. Anyways, okay, so I was on the fucking train, and the train was like moving, and then there was like all these people coming at me, so I jumped off the train, and as soon as I jumped off the train, guys, there was this fucking little girl that I knew when I was literally in pre-K. When I was little, I went to pre-K in California, and there was this little girl who slid down a slide that I was at the end of it, and she put a tooth in the back of my head, and yeah, at least that's how I remember it. I don't know, whatever. I still have the dent in the back of my head because I know there was a tooth in the back of my head. I literally just pushed it right now. As soon as I saw this little girl, it was that girl, and I felt like there was a tooth in the back of my head. Like I started getting this super huge headache, like there was something lodged in the top of my head, and the girl was like coming at me, and she was gonna fucking kill me. So I was like freaking running through the fucking forest, and like my mind was just like creating this like obstacle course to get away from this girl, but she was like right behind me, like coming the fuck at me, like trying to kill me. And then I imagined that there would be like a suburban parking lot with like a bunch of cars and stuff, like from like a shopping center or whatever. And so I was running, and then there was the parking lot, right? And I found this big truck, and that was something that I also pointed out as my friend, that that's really weird for me, because like I don't have a truck, I don't ride a truck, I don't like, my husband wants a truck, like I don't really know anything about trucks or whatever, but it was this big blue truck. The first truck that it was probably like, I think it was a Chevrolet, because I feel like I remember it having like the little cross on the back. If that's a Chevrolet, I don't know much about cars either. Like that just tells you, like, for it to be that much detail, and I don't even know that much about fucking cars, like, you know, like that's so fucking scary. And it was like dark blue, and so I hop in the truck, and it was like unlocked or whatever, and then I start driving it, and then the little girl, she's fucking like holding on to the fucking sides of the truck while I'm driving it, trying to get into the truck. Still no facial expression. Like that's what the fuck was the scariest part, is like she had no facial expression, but she was trying to fucking get at me. Like the closer she got to me, the more she was like moving fast, like really trying to get at me. And so I was like rolling up the windows. They were hand crank windows, and so I rolled them up, and I had the doors locked, and I was like holding it down, and finally like I like shoved the door open, and she like flung off the door, or either shoved the door open or break something made her fling back basically. And then I drove on in the truck, so she was behind me, and I drove on in the truck and got into traffic. And then when I got into traffic, I stopped the truck. I immediately, when I looked up, like every driver who was in the traffic turned back at me with that deadpan look, but I was just like, fuck it, like I don't give a fuck. And so I got out the fucking car, and I like ran to the other side of the road, and I hopped in this other car, which now that I think about it, the fucking car didn't have a driver in it, but it was another fucking truck. And this one was like a more like old-timey kind of looking one, because it was like curved at the top, you know, like it had kind of like an arch to the top, but it still had like the pickup truck on the back. And so I like started driving that one, and that one was like cobalt blue too. It was like kind of shiny also. And so I started driving that one, and I saw the little girl run at the truck that I was already in, I guess, and that was when I woke up. Because up until that point, I kept trying to wake up before the little girl came, all of that, I kept trying to wake myself up, and I could not wake up as long as there was people coming at me. I don't know why, like I just couldn't wake up. And then so as soon as, even though everyone else in the traffic was still looking at me, like I could see their faces through like the windows or whatever, everyone was still looking at me. Some people had like gotten out their cars or whatever, but the little girl ran to the other truck that I had left in the traffic, and so that, I guess, was what made me wake up. I don't know. Fuck. So yeah, I woke up and I was so sore. Like I literally felt like I had been beating people up. Like if you've ever been like in a fight before, like I literally felt that fucking sore. All the places where I remembered being like slashed and stuff felt so sore. Like they still do. My back feels so sore. My arms feel so sore. I feel like I have like bruises like all over my fucking arms because I feel like so sore. My head, where the fucking like little girl, like remember a second ago I like fucking touched my head? That's because I still can feel where the fucking little girl's tooth was in my head. And that happened to me when I was like 3. Like I'm 20 years old. Like what the fuck? What the fuck just happened to me? That was the scariest thing I've ever fucking experienced. Oh my god. I don't like, okay, so I guess that's the end of the story. I feel like a crazy person, like, telling you guys this story. I really hope that everybody, like, who hears this actually believes me, because that would be fucking annoying if no one believed me, because, like, I couldn't make this shit up. Like, I can't, like, that was terrifying. It was so scary. If anyone is like a doctor or like a scientist or something and has done research on lucid dreaming and sees this video, please, 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 please give me some answers. If anyone sees this video who knows anyone like that, please share it with them. Like, I need some fucking answers. I need to know what the fuck just happened to me. I was talking to my friend about it, who's done a lot of research on lucid dreaming, and he was like, you definitely lucid dreamed, but like he wants to actually lucid dream, and I'm like, dude, like I don't think that's a fucking good idea. Like don't fucking do it, because that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Like that was like straight up nightmares. And he was like, he had said before that his biggest fear with lucid dreaming is that he wouldn't be able to tell reality from the dreams, but he always said that if he felt like that, he would just ask like the person he was with if it was a dream. So like if he was with me, he would just ask me if he was dreaming, and in real life obviously I would be like no, but and in the dream I would be like yeah. But I don't think that that is how it would actually happen, because as far as like what just happened to me in my dream, like no one, I don't think anyone would respond to you. Like everyone just had these deadpan faces, like they were fucking dead. Like they were not responding at all. So yeah, I don't think lucid dreaming is a good idea. I don't think you should try it. Oh my god. Yeah, so I don't really know how to end this video. I feel like I should say like my YouTube stuff, but I honestly don't even fucking remember what to say. God, that was like so scary. Like don't try and lucid dream. Don't try and lucid dream. That it's fucking terrifying. Don't try it. It's not cool. And I know I've only had one experience with it, and I shouldn't judge it by one experience, but like that was fucking terrifying. The only thing that made it better was like I for some reason had like superhuman ass skills. Like I'm a weak ass bitch in real life. Like I don't think I would really be able to fight off that many people, but I could in the dream. So I guess that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this and put it up because I want you guys to see this, and I really want to see if anybody has some fucking answers for me. Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.